I mentioned in my video about the summer of 2010 that summer 2018 was really the last true summer vacation, or the last true summer before the post college epilogue, which is after I graduated college. It was the last summer between two school years for me. And I talked about how I spent it at doing that internship that I talked about. I don't think I've done a proper video on that. If I haven't, I will, but not in this one. This one I want to talk about what I did on the days between the days I had that internship. So I worked that internship on Tuesday and Thursday nights, and then Friday afternoon. So on the Mondays and Wednesdays of the when weeks when I weeks from early July until the end of August, I had a Franklin Park Zoo membership, which happened to be on the which happened to be on my way there, or or not that far of a deviation from the way there. So I would literally just get up and go the same way I would on Tuesday, Thursday nights, and Friday late morning, except I would deviate where I had to go to the zoo parking lot where I could park and then go in and show my membership card, my ID to match the name, and then go play Pokemon Go for a couple of hours, where there were plenty of Pokestops and such, and admire the wildlife and practice my photography skills on them. So yeah, it was a fun little way to have something to do on the other 2 days. I had to go right when they open because by the time by noon it's packed. By noon in the summertime, it is packed with summer camp groups and other large groups of kids with chaperoning adults. So it was best to go in first thing when they opened and play Pokemon Go and get good photos of the animals before it became packed with people. So yeah, every Monday and Wednesday for about 7 to 8 weeks, I would go do that. Basically, I spent 10 to noon there, and then by the time I was by the time it got packed, I'd had my fix. So I'd gotten in my steps, I'd played enough Pokemon Go, and I'd had my fun. So I was able to pack up and head home for lunch and then do my indoor stuff. Man, that really kept my mood up, especially because in August of that year, That's when I found out my aunt was terminally ill, and because it as they were with, and I'd still go to the zoo, and then I'd go straight from there to my grandparents' house. Yeah, some of the final moments with my aunt, I was able to show off my zoo photography, which was nice, you know? It was a it was nice to have something to photograph, and I really want to go back there now because of how great the my iPhone camera is now with the 16 Pro Max. And I mean, my trip to the aquarium last October showed me just how capable it is. I'd show it off, but I'm using it to record this video as we speak, so I can't exactly. I don't have any reflective surfaces, but you get the idea. You all know what an iPhone looks like. Yeah, after the summer ended, I didn't really get out and over there much again. I tried on one Friday after classes in fall semester 2018, but it was the parking lot was full by the time I got there because I didn't get out of classes until I think either 11:30 or 12, no, 11:20 or 12:20. I forget. I just know that I didn't really try again until early 2019 when I didn't have class on Wednesdays or Fridays because I'd managed my credits in the build up to senior year so well that I literally only had to do the bare minimum number of credits in senior year to be considered a full-time student. So yeah, towards the end of January of 2019, that's when I decided to start going over there again and taking advantage of it being relatively empty. Yeah, in January it is sparsely populated in the throughout the day, so I don't even think I had to rush for opening time. Or I think I did just out of habit. Yeah, I'd get my Pokemon Go fix, and then uh, I would even start go. Then March after spring break, I would actually start going on Wednesday afternoons before my evening shift at my on-campus job. Good times. It was fun to get in the zoo to photograph the animals there. Then after I graduated, I went pretty often during my NEET phase because, well, it's not like I had much else going on. It only cost me the gas to get there and back again because my mom paid for the membership and she renewed it that summer for the next year. So I went to that. Oh, one of the fun things I did during the summer was I'd walk along the walk outside of the lion exhibit, I'd watch their gaze follow me from one point to another. Good times. And then in March of 2019, I finally worked up the courage to go into the tropical forest exhibit because it had been a really intimidating place back when I was 6 or 7 in terms of that. And all throughout the summer of 2018, I couldn't bring myself to go in there. I was like, yeah, I'm getting my money's worth with the rest of the zoo, plenty of sunshine and all. And when I had the extra $5 to spare, I went to the animatronic dinosaurs that they had that summer, which is actually the whole reason I got the membership in the first place. Between that and it being a slight detour from the road to my internship. The reason I didn't go there on the days that I had my internship was because if I did, I'd be more worn out by the time I got to the internship, not to mention I would reek of sweat because of the blazing hot summer sun. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, summer 2019, I used it repeatedly throughout I got to until I got the movie theater job, and then after that I just didn't really have the motivation to go over there as much because working so late into the night it got harder to get up on time for that. I think it was after early September that I stopped going until the day after I finished my last shift, which was Wednesday, March 4th, 2020, over 5 years ago now. I have not been back in there since then. I let the membership expire after everything shut down because I didn't want to have to go there with a mask and such. I decided to just focus on playing Pokemon Go closer to home or to the malls when those reopened because I could pick up things that I needed or wanted, or things I could experiment around with. I think I'm going to do a separate video on frivolous purchases and more ways that I wasted money over the years. But the Franklin Park Zoo membership at that time, not a waste of money, especially because I went like twice a week for 2 whole months. I think the only Wednesday I skipped in August of that, no, 2 Wednesdays I skipped. One was this one Wednesday I came in to make up for the Friday I would have to miss for traveling to upstate New York, and then the Wednesday after that was my aunt's funeral. But yeah, I pretty consistently went twice a week for 6 straight weeks. The first month alone, actually, it got the money's worth for the membership. After that, it was just pure, what's the best word for it? I was gonna say exploitation. Yeah, I exploited the value of that membership. Today, though, it's not as easy for me to get over there. If it was within walking distance, it would be much better value, but I don't play Pokemon Go anymore, so maybe if I decide to take up Pokemon Go again, that wouldn't be a bad idea. But on that note, I'm gonna leave it here for the video. You may comment down below if there's anywhere like the Franklin Park Zoo that you like to go, anywhere that you think is worth a paid membership for. Definitely better than subscribing to a streaming service. I'll say that. Yes, there's more effort you have to make to actually get to it, but it's a far more enriching experience than, and so that's more worth the money compared to just instant access to whatever movies or shows you'd like, most of which are garbage. And I'd say anything made more than 2 years ago costs $4 or so to rent on the digital stores of your choice. So I already did a video about that, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Give this video a like, subscribe for daily videos, and I will see you soon.